Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the 20-Minute Fashion Distraction. I am Jacqueline Jenkins, the host of the 20-Minute Fashion Distraction and the founder of Sophisticated Curations, the content and commerce community for the savvy fashionistas. If you are not following us yet on Facebook, please follow us at Sophisticated Curations. And we also changed our Instagram handle to also be Sophisticated Curations. So just follow us on Sophisticated Curation, the Instagram. Missed you guys last week. I'm excited to be here this week. And actually, this week, I'm going to bring my guest on next. But I just wanted to take a minute and really share why tonight is so special. For me, I am a big proponent of mentoring others, but I'm even a bigger proponent of having others mentor me. Hey, Siobhan. Hey. And so I'm here with my social media mentor. And basically, what this is called is reverse mentoring, when you actually have someone that is slightly younger, that is actually sharing their skills and insights. So I am going to bring on my social media mentor. Hey, Sigourney.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes, yes. I was just sharing with the audience the concept of the whole reverse mentor, and just why I think it's so important. Everybody talks about mentoring and how important it is, and I believe in pouring back into others, but I'm even more excited when others pour back into me. And I am so grateful for Sigourney. So let me just give a quick background. You know what we do on Sophisticated Curations? We give the personal. I'm sorry. We give the formal, and then I give like a little personal. So Sigourney runs a style and lifestyle Instagram page. You can find her at Sigourney B on Insta. She actually is a little comic as well. I don't know if she says that, but a lot of times I
No, I
find her
think
she
I'm
says,
so funny.
yeah, a lot of times what you say, I think is so funny. Seriously. She also has a blog that you can read, Sigourney B blog posts, blogspot.com. And her style and content has been featured, and I love this, on pages like Refinery 29, Nylon, Homebody, and others. Sigourney is talented, and Sigourney is also talented, very talented in the areas of being a content developer, a fashion merchandiser, and of course, a styler. So this is Sigourney. I had the pleasure of meeting Sigourney. Now it's like 4 years ago,
Yeah.
and it was just my pleasure. One of her relatives introduced us,
Mhm.
and what I really loved about Sigourney, and this is just held true, is just her energy and enthusiasm for
Thank
pursuing
you.
her goals and dreams.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's just really, it's for me, it's been a joy just to see you blossom, and really walk into your dreams and all of that wonderful stuff. And for a minute, before she got big time, Sigourney was the person that was doing was doing my social media, but she don't do it anymore. That's why it looks crazy. That's okay. We're working on
Thank you. That means so much.
that. So I want to just take a minute and just really start off and talk about, when I was pumping the show tonight, it was really to help my audience to understand how they can use social media to really drive their brand. And so, can you talk about how you are using social media on your fashion journey?
Yeah, so a lot of my style, it's just my everyday style. It's really who I am. So I've been using kind of Instagram as my personal style journal, kind of holding all my outfits, archiving those, the places I've been, the events I've got to experience. So I've just kind of been using it as like my personal journey or journal, and just kind of documenting my journey and what I wore during it.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome! It's funny that you called it your 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 journal
Mhm.
of outfits. I love that.
Yeah, outfits, experiences, things like that. That's what I really love showing, like my real life. Because a lot of times people are like, sometimes my family like, do you wear those outfits outside? I'm like, yeah, I do, like to regular places. So it's just like me. It feels good to just kind of get on Instagram and be myself.
I love that. I love that. And my mom just joined. So, yep, she would be one of those people asking, will you wear that outfit? But great, great, great. So what social media platforms do you prefer and why?
Definitely Instagram. I think just because Instagram feels so comfortable now. Like I think had Instagram in 2000 and maybe 11.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah,
Okay.
I've had Instagram for a really long time, back before it was what it is now, and you know,
Okay.
back when it was just snapping selfies, using the filters provided, making those little pick stitches and things like that. So Instagram just feels really comfortable. It feels like kind of your friends are there, so it feels kind of like a friend you've had a long time. Um, Even with all the updates, it's still pretty much of a something we're familiar using. I'm familiar using. I know how posts work. I know how stories work. I know
Mhm.
how to get the effects and graphics I need. So Instagram for right now is definitely my main focus. But I tell everybody, never sleep on TikTok. TikTok is huge right now. It's getting bigger every day. People are getting more creative there. So definitely Instagram, and I'm gonna try to do better with TikTok.
I love it. So, my dear friend Judah said, "Are you for hire?" She loves your name. And I don't know if Judith heard me say, but Sigourney used to do my social media for me before she got big time. So, Sigourney is a great content creator. And we kind of started this discussion really talking about reverse mentoring. And, because I'm a fashionista of a certain age, I cannot just say that I naturally gravitated to Instagram.
Mhm.
And Sigourney was great for helping me to just, I don't know, feel more comfortable and really make it its own.
Yeah.
I heard you say that you've been on it since 2011. So how has it changed over these now, what, 11 years?
So much. It's like it's not even the same app. Back in 2011, and this is kind of embarrassing. My name has been Sigourney B on Instagram since 2011 when I got it, because I always thought it was a back then. Filter apps were really popular, so I thought Instagram was a filter app, and because we didn't know anything about it, we knew it had cool filters and things like that. So I just signed on as Sigourney B because I guess Sigourney was taken. And that's just been my name ever since.
Yeah, well, and yes, and now just for my audience, now what are filter apps? Can you explain that?
I don't even think
If
there's.
they're doing them anymore, so we can move
Yeah,
on.
there used to be like filter apps where I don't. You can make like your color image black and white. You could make it look like a cartoon. We were doing crazy things back then.
So you're like, that's old news. We don't need
Right,
to
we
do
were
that.
touching everything, exploring everything. They're a lot more sophisticated now. You have Lightroom, you have Viscos, you have Photoshop on. You can have Photoshop on your phone. So filters and things like that are still a thing. They're just way more sophisticated. And it's probably better if you just learn to edit your pictures well. That's a little more beneficial than you throwing a filter on it.
Okay, so before we go to the next question, because really I wanted to do this session so that those watching can think about how to use social media to build their presence. And so you mentioned just to edit their pictures. How do we edit our pictures? Like, what is that?
I know a lot of people it always boils down to what works best for you. A lot of people use Viscos and Lightroom. Those are a little more advanced, and some people just feel like they're easier to use. They have more access there. But me personally, I really like just editing my pictures in the photo app. It has just about everything you need. The pictures come out great. So that's I think that's a little more beneficial.
Awesome. Awesome. And so I see my sister's here. Hey, Jocelyn. And Spesh. She loves my outfit. Thank you. Thank you. She said she loves your purple. There we go. Um, so, what are the tips that you can give for building a social media following? Because is one of the things I think would be helpful to hear as we're thinking about building our own brand, be it fashion, be it business. What are some tips to actually, get those followers up there?
I think any person in social media would, the first tip they would give you on building your following and just a strong page is consistency. I think that's the biggest thing. And a lot of people, there's this new wave of people saying you have to post every day or you have to post multiple times a day. I don't know if the jury is out on that yet, but I know a lot of the people I love and really are excited to see, they're just consistent. They're not on my feed 5 times a day. They may not be on my feed for 2 or 3 days, but when their content pops up, I'm so excited to see it. And I sometimes even go to their page to see if I missed something and what they've been up to. So I think definitely consistency is really big.
So what is consistency? What is that? What when you say consistency, what makes you want to go back to somebody's feed?
Just to see what they have, see what they've been up to. Every time they hit my feed, I'm double tapping, I'm liking. So because their outfits are cool, or they've been to a cool place, or just their pictures look really pretty. That's what draws me back, just to see what they're going to do next.
Awesome. And I think a part of that, to your point, is it's not just what they're wearing, but it's also what they're doing.
What they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
who they're with, you know?
Yeah. Like I posted that amazing pic of us having brunch a couple weeks ago, which I totally loved. And it was a beautiful picture, but it was really the background that made it so special. So yeah.
And so that's always good to document those things, you know, on Instagram. Like we went to this cool place, we did this cool thing, and you get to share it.
Awesome. And you're right, Judith. Judith made the point that it's always good to have young people around for their amazing energy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, that was a tip that I got from my older sister, Jocelyn. And no, I mean, she closes out, she does a post in the morning and she closes her post out by saying, talk to a young person.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
I think there's something to be said about just that energy and gathering it. Jack has a question. Hey, Jack. When should you post to IG stories versus a regular upload on a feed?
That's a really good question. So one thing about me, I love stories. I'm on stories every day. I'm reposting. I'm taking pictures of like my personal life and things like that. So I'm almost on stories all day long. I think a lot of times I take the pictures from my story and put them on my feed. I think what should really determine what's a story post and what's a feed post is the effort in it and what is it saying to us. So if you just were in Times Square, there's a million pictures of Times Square, you know. It's great that in the moment and you saw something exciting, but that's more of a story post as opposed to a feed post. But I think story posts should always be something super unique to what you did or who you are.
Okay. So TikTok or Instagram? Which one should we be doing?
OG Instagram. I'm an Instagram girl. I think it's so cool, but you got to get on both. So team both.
Team both? All right. So we got to do another show on TikTok.
Tell them equal love.
I am so not there. Okay. So we got to do another, show to talk about TikTok or a tutorial on TikTok. So what are your predictions? What predictions can you make about how various social media platforms will evolve over the next couple of years?
I think, and I was discussing this with you when we met up, I think long form media has to come back. I think there's going to be a renaissance on that. I'm excited about it too. And I remember using an example. We're literally down to single second videos, like 10 seconds, 5 seconds, like just flashing in your face. And I think a lot of the authenticity from that is kind of dwindling, but you know, it's in right now and people are doing so much with it. But I think long form media, you're going to see longer TikToks, longer reels, things like that. I think blogging is coming back strong within the next few years.
So was blogging out? Are you saying it was out and now it's coming back? What's happening?
When you think about the real blogging, like culture, it's not as big as it was when you had people like like Man Repeller was really big, and
Yeah.
like things like that were
The
super.
nasty gal. Yeah.
Nasty Gal was really big, and everyone had a blog. You know, you did things to supplement your blog, but you had the blog and that strong website. And so I think compared to blogs like that back then and right now, where we have like full TikTok, influencers, I don't think blogging is the same. So I don't think it was ever out, because I don't think literature can be or ever should be out. But I think it did. We were more interested in short form media.
Short form. So you hit on something. You said the blog and the website. So do you need a website?
I absolutely think you should have a website. Even if it's, just repost. I remember I grew up in the age of Tumblr. So just kind of like repost sites. But I think you should always have a little piece of the internet that you carved out for yourself when it comes to like the website space. I think that's always good.
And I like the way you said that. You refer to the website as a piece of media that you carve out for yourself. Because you're
Hmm.
right. You're on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and even LinkedIn, you're coming up on a feed of a
Yeah.
platform versus your own. So that
Yeah.
that actually is a great point. Okay, so what are you excited to wear this upcoming season in addition to that beautiful, beautiful color blazer you have on?
Thank you. I'm excited to get 2000 early 2000 style or Y2K style is really popular right now. So I'm excited to give that a try.
Okay, so
The
can
silhouette.
you give us some ideas of what that is?
Oh my goodness. Low rise
Now remember,
jeans.
audience, this is some of that young energy. So let's hear what you're doing over
So
there.
around, so around I think it's like early 2000s, so up until maybe 2000, I want to say we can go into like 2008. Those are the years that are kind of coming back to style. So low rise jeans, tinted sunglasses, like the silver tinted sunglasses, dark wash denim, boot cut, trucker hats. I kind of want a trucker hat. I'm excited about giving a trucker,
Okay,
like a
okay,
Bass Pro type of like real trucker
yeah,
hat. I'm excited
okay.
to give that a try. So I'm excited about that because I don't think I was a little younger back then. So a lot of the trends I couldn't really um, take part in. So I'm excited about trying those in my adulthood.
I love it. I love it. And so, in terms of your blog and how people can find you,
You can find me at Sigourney B on Instagram and TikTok. And you can read my blog at sigourneyb.blogspot.com.
and your blog focuses on.
So it's really just kind of like Instagram with words, I guess. I
Okay.
love talking about fashion. I still love talking about fashion. I love talking about my experiences. So it's kind of like my long form Instagram caption. I'm telling you what I did, what I watched, what I thought.
Awesome. And actually, for my audience out there that's looking to build their social media, is there a question that I've not yet asked our guests that might be helpful as you're thinking about your branding? I know one thing that we didn't cover, which I think is key, is the significance of having good pictures on your social media, and what that does. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so good. I think no matter how good the outfit is, or the product is, or the person is, if the picture isn't connecting, if it seems like an afterthought, then it won't kind of connect with the audience. Not saying that everything has to be perfect, but nothing on an app like Instagram, where pictures are basically the words and how we're communicating. Your message to come off really clear, and so should your picture. So I think just really good quality, well thought out pictures. They don't necessarily have to be perfect. I know a lot of times on Instagram we're so polished now, which is like the
It's like
opposite
movie
of
productions. It's movie
right.
productions.
Which is the opposite of what it was in like 2011. But just make sure it's not an afterthought. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it should definitely show effort.
So there's a great question, and I think this is a wonderful one to close us out on. Are you ever I hate saying the word old. Are you ever too seasoned to start social media?
Absolutely not. Everybody's on social media now. I think there will be the task of finding your niche and finding your audience, but that's a sore spot for everyone, even younger people. You have to find your audience, you have to find your people. So no, I don't think you're ever too old, as long as you have friends on the internet, or there are people on the internet. They're people for you. It's never too late.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I can't believe it. We hit 20 minutes. There's one thing that we say on the fashion distraction is that there's one thing in life you can't get back, and that is time. So, Mr. Gorney, I thank you for sharing your time and your talent. And to the audience, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, April has been a challenging month. You're not going to believe this, but I can't do a show next Wednesday because I have a work event. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. And I can't. At first, I was going to just play something in between, but it doesn't work. So I'm not going to be able to do a show next week. But I'm going to come back the last week in April, and we're going to have an amazing show. And I thank you all. Hi, Leah. And so hang on, Sigourney, and everybody have a blessed now 2 weeks. Sorry, April has just been a really challenging month, but I will be back the following week with another great 20-minute fashion distraction. Hang on, Sigourney. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.